Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Today I'm finally taking a look at the Traska Venturer GMT. I've been after this watch since it was released last year. I'd like to say a massive thanks to Darren AK. I'll put a link in the video to his Instagram if you give him a follow, just to say thanks for, well, first of all, he lent me this watch to review it, but when it arrived, I'm like, I need to buy this. I've got to buy it. So I did. Thanks again, Darren. Really much appreciate it. Right, play the intro. Right guys, as I said, I had to buy this because it's, to give you a long story short, it's fucking amazing. I really like this watch. Obviously that's why I bought it, and it actually cost me way more than retail because shipping costs from Georgia to the UK, fucking expensive as fuck, man. But anyway, if it had been any other watch or I'd just reviewed it, in fact, I don't even think I would have asked Darren if he could, you know, I think I've learnt my lesson anyway. I spent a fortune. So, I'm definitely not selling it, because if I did sell it, I'd make a massive loss. So this is staying put. This is one of the staple watches in my collection. This Christopher Ward C63 Sealander, that's here, and there's a new one, but I'll give you a wee brief snippet of that later on before I do my wrist shot and all that. Carry on. Right, the price of these retail. Before I get into that, I did actually review the three-hander version of this last year, I think, sometime, and I really liked it, but I think this is just a step up from that, not just because of the different movement, which I'll get into in a minute, but I just think I'm kind of stuck for words, actually. I mean, I really like this watch. In fact, I can easily say this is the best watch that I've reviewed this year. And that's a statement and a half. Right, price of this. When they're in stock, which they never are, because as soon as they come in stock, they're gone. $695 US, which is a total bargain for what you're getting. Full title, Traska Venturer GMT. The reference is from 4212. Right, I'll go right into dimensions. My dimensions as per usual. Case diameter 38.7mm. A total thickness including the sapphire crystal is 11.9mm. Super thin. Lug to lug 45.8mm, nice and compact, and a 20mm lug width. The total weight with the bracelet sized up for my 6 3/4 inch wrist is 126 grams. The movement inside it is the new Miyota 9075 GMT movement, a true, they call it the, you know, a traveller's or a proper GMT movement. There's no Seiko NH34 here. 28,800 vibrations an hour, 24 joules, hackable, self-winding with a 42-hour power reserve. The case itself, stunning. Lovely profile. Polished on the sides. It's also got the the polishing kind of continues to a chamfered edge. It runs right along the top of the case, down over the lugs. It's very nice. And is that light on? Right, it is. Polishing's it's fantastic. The brushing on top, lovely, absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, the bracelet, same grade of steel, matches the case perfectly, as you can see there. I'll just see if I can zoom in a wee bit. Aye, this bracelet designed and made for this watch, as you come to expect from Traska. Traska watches, if I've not said this before, I'm pretty sure I have, Traska watches is definitely up there in my top 3 micro brands ever. So, and I think I've reviewed every single model that they've done. I recently reviewed the new Gen 5 2023 version of the Freediver. Love that watch. I'd really like to get one of the latest Summiteer watches. I'd like to get one of them in. I mean, I have reviewed it, but it was like version 1 or 2, I think it was, that I reviewed. I've actually got a version 1 here that I picked up a wee while ago. Well, I've had it a fair bit now. But I would like to see an updated version of that. But the thing is, just try to get one in stock. Or even, I mean, I've got to say thanks to John, because John's the owner of Traska. I mean, he normally helps me out big time, and he sends me watches to review. But see, try to get this one, oh, nightmare, man. He just couldn't send me one, and I tried for months, but they just sold out like in a matter of minutes. So it's not as if he needs it to reviewed to sell more stock, because he never has stock available. They just sell out immediately. Right, back to the where was it? I was talking about the case, wasn't I? Aye, beautiful case. The bezel as well, stunning. Is that a mark on it? Bastard! No, I don't think it is. No, it's just a wee smudge or whatever. Thank God for that. Pretty hard to scratch these watches, as I was going to mention, because the case and the bracelet has Traska's hardness coating on it, 1200 on the Vickers scale. The Summiteer that I've got, I mean, I think it's the version 1. Aye, the version 1. Now that came out, what was it, 5 years ago or something? Something like that. 4 years ago maybe, I don't know. That's still like new. I should have actually had it on my desk to show you, but I'm not really here to talk about Summiteer. Talking about this Venturer GMT. Right, it's got the hardness coating. Oh, drilled lugs as well, forgot to mention that. Bracelet, brushed and polished. Same level of build quality and finishing that's on the case, superb. Brushed on top, polished on the sides, lovely. And it's also, as you can see here, fully articulating bracelet. I mean, this thing is super comfy, man. Extremely comfortable. One of the best bracelets there is, actually. And the bracelets on every Traska is fantastic. And look at that. They're ridiculous. Super comfy. Oh, they also do I forgot the perlage work on the bridge hands there. There's no quick release of that, but to be honest, set it once and that's you done. That's a wee mark there, isn't it? You never actually notice this when you get the watch. It's only when you put the viewfinder on it and your camera and you start doing macro and all that, you see wee tiny marks. Oh, fucking interesting. It's still beautiful. Polished chamfered edges on the side of the clasp as well. Push button release. Very nice, very comfortable. Nice slim profile there when it's on your wrist. Signed obviously with the Traska logo. Beautiful watch. No question. Plenty of micro adjust as well. No complaints. I think the only step forward that Traska could make is on the fly adjustment with their clasps. But see, to be honest, I'm fine with this. But it would be a step forward. Or an upgrade. Case back, solid, sterile. Basic specs around the edge. Super comfy on wrist. Unique serial number and that on there as well. That's why you don't get paperwork with Traska watches, because if you do have to send it back, everything's done through the serial number. No quick release or anything, but you'd be a fucking idiot to take the bracelet off because it's that good. I certainly wouldn't take the bracelet off. Screw pins for sizing up, and the screws are superb quality. In and out, no problem. Good quality, nice solid screws as well. Always, you know, like when you're threading them in and out, you can just tell quality straight away. Right. Leave that there a minute. Oh, the bezel, I meant to say, the bezel's brushed and polished as well. You can see there, it's polished on that sloped bit. Then underneath it, you'll just see it there. See how you got polishing, then brushed. Then it steps down onto the case. Aye, lovely. I'm not going to start gushing, but if I do, well, you can't blame me, because this watch is fantastic. Done that. Oh, there's also, everything, by the way, the bezel, the case, the bracelet, clasp, the whole lot, it's got the hardness coating on it, by the way. You also get an internal bezel, 24-hour rotating bezel. That is operated with the crown at 10. Now, that's just friction based. It's no screw down or anything. But see, once you set it, it's not gonna move. It's fun. It's great. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's like the nipple in an Omega." Fuck off. Give me peace. It's a fucking crown. It's at 10. That doesn't mean to say. See that? I think that's just laziness. When you get, oh, it looks like a fucking Omega. It looks like a Grand Seiko. How? Because it's fucking round and tells the time. Piss off. Cunts do my head in, man. I better bleep that bit, the word out. I'm not get away with that. Anyway. Aye. Some of the idiots in the watch community, they just need a good slap, you know what I mean? They're a fucking punch in the throat. Some of them, 90% of them are fantastic, they're great, but you just, it's like everything else, there's always one that just pisses you off and you just want to batter them. Anyway, the crystal, it's boxed. See if I can zoom in a bit again. It's boxed, double dome sapphire. Now, not all sapphire glass is the same. That is a fantastic piece. The clarity of the sapphire is flawless. And as I say, not all sapphire glass is the same. That's a really good bit of crystal that's in that. I really like it. Plenty of AR coating as well on this. Right next to the dial. It's lacquered, as you might have seen when I showed you that wee close up there. It's a lacquered dial, applied indices, diamond cut hands, dated 6, framed. At the frame, zoom in your best. It's sunken into the dial, which I don't mind. Normally I prefer no frame whatsoever, but see if they make the effort and actually it's sunken. Oh, what's the words I'm looking for? It's recessed into the dial and doesn't stick out like a sore thumb or look out of place. It looks perfect. I applied indices and they have like a gunmetal surround. It makes the watch really nice and legible. The other thing that I like about the dial is especially on this white one, because I'm a huge white dial fan, is they've no went with the usual orange highlights. See, to be honest, I'm sick to death of orange highlights. It's so overdone. That's why it's refreshing to see that they've went with like a darkish blue on the GMT hand and on the text where it says GMT. Let's see if I can get that too. There, you can see it there. And on that GMT hand as well, it is blue, trust me. Aye, really nice dial. Printed minute track around the edge, printed logo and the logo, the brand name, and obviously that's printed. You've got GMT and automatic. OI on this colour version, the 24-hour rotating bezel is in grey, white and grey. And blue. Who'd have thought that would be a perfect combination? Well, let me tell you, it is. Fan-bloody-tastic. Right, next. The Lume on this is Swiss Super Luminova BGW9. This is basically a sports GMT watch. It's not a diver, but the Lume, fantastic. I mean, it's not at diver level quality, or it's be like a torch, or you know what I mean. You need to wear shades to look at it with. No, it's not like that. It's perfectly applied. It's nice and even. It's it's like the rest of the watch. It's executed as it should be. This is exactly. I mean, if I got watches like this to review, you know, week in, week out, I'd be a happy man. A really happy man. I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. But, excuse me, like everything else, not everything's built to the same quality. This, well, basically every Traska watch, if I was to try and put it into car terms, everybody has well, if you're a bit of a car petrol head like myself, you know how different build quality scales, you know, at the bottom you've got like Citroen or some shit like that. And at the higher end you've got, you know, top quality German cars like Audi, Mercedes, Porsche. You know what I mean? This is the Porsche 911 of micro brands. That's how good this is. As I said, if all micro brands could be at the same level as this, well, there wouldn't be much point in me having a review channel, to be honest with you, because all watches would be fantastic. And you just buy everything and you'd be bankrupt in a week. Well, I would be. Right, I've mentioned that. The crowns are, both of them are 6.5mm. They're both signed. Well, that one's signed with the company logo. And that one's got the crisscross type style pattern, like it's quite normal to see. Aye, stunning watch. I'm gushing. I'm starting to gush. Right, colour options. Right, when they're in stock and you have got options, which is about as rare as rocking horse shit, you have this one, the best one in my opinion, Arctic White. You also have the Carbon Black. Now, you also have Steel Blue and Woodland Green. I believe there was 100 made of the mint green, but I don't think that's a staple lineup. You've got white, black, blue, green. Where to buy? Aye, Traska watches. There's no Kickstarter or anything. What to do? The best thing to do is sign up to their newsletter, follow them on Instagram, and that way, if any, like that limited run of the 100 mint green watches, I wasn't going to buy one anyway because I wanted the white one. But I mean, they sold out in minutes. Right, warranty 3 years, international. Perfect, no complaints. Right, I'll give you a wrist shot. I probably showed you the B-roll by now, so I'll not bother explaining that. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing my latest arrival. I can't remember the model number because Seiko's naming scheme is like, 12 bloody numbers and half the alphabet. But obviously Seiko Presage. This is the Sharp Edge series. I will put in the model number on screen. 39mm white dial, and it is a white dial, but I'm not reviewing that today. Give me a second and I'll take the Seiko off. See when this, when I finally got this Traska, I put it on wrist, and now normally I change my watch every day, just once a day. But when this arrived, it stayed on my wrist. I think it was about 5 days. I think I only took this off. When was it? Yesterday. And it's been here a while. I took it off yesterday because I was trying out another watch that's coming up for review. And then I took that one off and put the Seiko on this morning when that arrived. But a fantastic watch. Perfect size for me. Perfect size for a lot of people actually. Stunning watch. Now, I go through a lot of videos and I don't bother giving them awards. Like I used to do awards for every single, or explain to them why they weren't getting a reward in every single review that I'd done, especially when I was doing the written stuff before I started this YouTube channel. But this one, platinum. If I could give this watch a higher grade of award, I would. As I said, platinum, buy one. Definitely my favourite watch so far this year, and to be honest, I think this is going to take a hell of a lot, in my opinion, for something to beat this. Anyway, right, gushing over. That's the end of the review. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think. If you think there's a better watch than this for the money, well, please let me know. I'll get one. I tell you, there's another thing. Before I go, I've got one of the new Zelos Mako GMTs coming. It's a white one. And if there's any interest, I would do, once I've reviewed it and all that, afterwards, or maybe just no bother reviewing it and just do a head-to-head with this. If you guys would like to see that, a head-to-head, the Traska Venturer GMT versus the Zelos Mako GMT, both white dials, a head-to-head. If you want to see it, tell me in the comments. Right guys, I'm going to go because I've been waffling a lot of shite for 25 minutes, fuck's sake. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!